Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, I've made a list of 19 points on what employees, people who work for other people, especially in the Middle East, should keep in mind. Otherwise, they will regret their career path. Okay, and the reason I've limited this to the Middle East is because I'm very aware of the Middle East markets. I don't know how far some of these rules can be applicable to, say, India, USA, America. But you can, if you do watch this video, let me know if you feel these points that I've written down are applicable in other parts of the world. And these have not referred from any book. These are my own beliefs, philosophies, and trainings, tips that I tell people. So let's move on. All the 19. I'll see if I can put timestamps below. You tell me if you agree or disagree with me. So in no particular order, point number one, to the people, employees. Number one is never be loyal. Never ever be loyal to a company, to the job, or to the employer. What do I mean by that? You should never dedicate your life, your time, your effort, anything with such a manner that you're not loyal to yourself. Always have loyalty towards yourself. Remember this much. If tomorrow, let's say you give, instead of 8 hours work, you put 16 hours work. Instead of working 5 days a week, you work 7 days a week. Every time you go the extra mile for the employer. If tomorrow you get paralyzed or you get an accident or you're of no use to the employer, he's not going to keep you. He might take care of you 1 month, 2 months out of courtesy, give you a little money, but after that, he'll terminate your ass. So never ever don't lose sight of the fact that this is a business relationship. Okay, that's point number one. So always be loyal to yourself more than you're loyal to the work. So that's why I tell people, whenever you're at work, just market yourself, sell yourself, make new connections, contacts. That'll help you succeed. Number one. Number two is, in the Middle East, they have contracts that they offer with a time scale. Some can be 6 months. Nowadays, it's 6 months, 1 year. There are different time frames. Before, it always used to be minimum of 2 or 3 years. You couldn't break it. So I would always tell people never stay in the same company for more than 1 year, say 2 years minimum. Or because some contracts were 3 years, I would say don't be in the same position, same company after 3 years. But now I would rephrase it by saying that by the time your contract gets over, always look for a better contract, because end of the day, you're trying to earn money. So more money for the same amount of time is always better. So that will also push you to improve. Point number three is, if you do not admire your boss, or your boss is not someone, your manager is not someone who you can learn from, or the person you're working under, who you can learn from, who inspires you towards greatness. You don't have to like him, but if he helps you become a better human being, because he's smarter than you, more talented, more experienced, if you don't have all those qualities and you don't admire, leave, because then you're only wasting your time being there. Point number four is, if you're the biggest dog in the group, or the alpha lion among everyone else, and everyone else is like a sheep, or you're the most talented or the most gifted or the most experienced, either make sure you're the highest paid, or you make sure that you're compensated much more than them. Otherwise, it's best you just leave. Because then everyone is learning from you. You're not learning from anyone else. Never stay there. Number five is never, ever, ever, this one is a tough one, never work for free. Because remember, companies have this tendency where if they were to pay you per hour, they'll hold you accountable per hour. But most of the companies, they have this tendency whereby they will tell you to work, like they'll sign the contract, work for 8 hours or work for 12 hours. But then they'll ask you, can you work one more extra hour? Can you come on a day off? So here they are asking you to come for free. Always never work for free. This will be a tough one, because it's tough asking an employer extra hours, overtime, because he'll say, just for this project. And see, he's asking to save money, but he should also give money, right? It should be a win-win. And if your employer makes you work for extra hours for free, or extra days for free, and then it becomes a habit. It's time. It's a red flag. You must leave. One thing which I forgot to mention, maybe you can put this as the 20th point. Let's say I'll put it the next point. Um, this one is a major big blunder in the Middle East. They do not pay salaries on time. If a company does not pay your salaries on time, you must leave. Must leave that company, because they'll give you sob stories. Oh, this contractor didn't pay on time. This project got delayed. If they don't pay a salary on time, it's a red flag. Once is okay, but if they repeat it again, it's time you leave. Okay. Point number 7. Always make sure that the market, the industry, is aware that a person like you exists. There are so many opportunities, so many companies, so many entrepreneurs who are starting up new businesses. If you stay in the same company and only people in the company know you, nobody outside knows you, it's no point, right? So make sure that you take your own personal card, or I educate my clients to have a personal business card, which you can use for networking. For that, you have to go to seminars, conferences, business events, BNI, community clubs, anywhere and everywhere, market and sell yourself and let people know that you're alive. And here's a sub point to this is learn the art of networking, learn the art of communication, learn the art of, power presentations. Okay, if you want a video, I can make more on that later. Point number 8 is always be on the lookout for new vacancies. Okay, always, never stop. People reach their comfort zone where they don't check vacancies anymore. They're very happy with their job. Don't do that, man. There's always new vacancies coming up. They're always searching for experienced people. Grab them. Number 9 is go regularly for interviews. Even if the job is little low, even if you don't like the company, even if you feel, nah, I'm happy with my job, go for an interview. Learn the skills of interviewing, or, that is for free, or employ the services of a professional so that he can sharpen your skills for interview. Good side tip on this is go for Toastmasters, go for BNI, JC, Lions Club, all these clubs where they make you speak in front of people and they sharpen your public speaking skills. It'll really help you. But remember, there are different styles of speaking. Interview is not like giving a public speech, and a public speech is not like giving an interview. And you must learn the art of scripting, and you must learn the art of selling yourself. That is advanced level skills, because end of the day, you're competing with others. Point number 10 is make sure owners of companies know that you exist. I used to always do that. All the owners of companies, business people, I would network with them, offer them something of value, never ask anything in return, so they knew I was always there. Believe it or not, they have enough money and resources that if they have a new idea and they feel you're the right person for the job, they'll give you the job. Point number 11. This one is critical. Calculate how much money you make per hour. So whatever salary you're getting, divided by the number of days you work in a month, divided by number of hours you work, okay? The exact number of hours. They might say 8 hours, you might be working 9, 10 hours. So then you'll know how much you earn per hour, okay? That is the target you should focus on. So if you're earning, let's say it'll be a small amount, $20 an hour or 30 or whatever. So focus on 25, focus on 30. And that will give you a perspective what should be your next salary. So if you're earning 20, focus on getting 25 per hour. Okay. And obviously then you need to ask yourself, why should I get 25 instead of 20? So that $5 difference, make sure that you have enough and more reasons to justify that $5 increase. For that, you have to offer value and upgrade yourself. Number 12 is, see, before I told you, calculate the amount of time. 12 is calculate how much time you're spending on the job. Now, what do I mean by that? You wake up in the morning, right? Okay, let's say office is 9 o'clock. But obviously, before 9 o'clock, 1 hour drive is there. Okay, 8 to 9. Then the parking and all that is there. And before that, maybe you get up at 7. So you're actually up by, let's say, 6:30. So 6:30, sorry, 7. 7 to 8, 8 to 9. So 2 hours go there. Then obviously, when you come back, see another 2 hours. Okay, 1 hour driving in traffic, 1 hour back. And maybe in the workplace, you work little extra hours or whatever. So you're actually not spending 8 hours at work. You're actually spending 8 plus 4 hours. So calculate that time as well. And the reason I ask you to calculate this time is because sometimes people have this tendency where they stay uh, outskirts of the city to save money on rent, but then the drive and petrol, the car cost, and then road toll and all that, you have to factor in, because remember, time is money. You could have spent this time maybe in the gym, maybe studying, maybe upgrading yourself, maybe starting a side business. So that is the opportunity cost you have to go calculate, especially when you calculate your revised salary. Okay. Point number 13 is ask yourself what skills or education you need to upgrade yourself. Because if you have not upgraded yourself in the last 5 years of any skill, technical or personal or professional, if you're not upgraded last 5 years, you are dying. Seriously, you are dying. So make sure that you upgrade your skills, your education. Okay. Point number 14 is ask yourself, are you in your comfort zone? What do I mean by that? Is it the same desk? Is it the same routine? Are you the same people? Are you kind of used to the job? Are you doing the same repetitive task? If that is happening, you're in your comfort zone, you're not growing. And that can lead to your decline. Okay, point number 14. Point number 15 is how well does the upper management knows you? Does the upper management know you exist? Are they aware that you're there? If they know that you're there, how many times do you bump into them? How many times do you network with them? If you're not networking with them at least once a week, apart from the meetings, if you're not speaking to them casually here and there, you're simply wasting your time. And make it a point to network with them outside the office. That would give you an upper hand. I know they say don't mix, office with personal stuff, but whether you like it or not, it's people whom they know is whom they choose. Point number 16 is remember your biggest enemy are your colleagues in your department. Management is your friend because they pay your salary. Colleagues, they might be good people who will talk to you, waste your time, buddy and all, but they are a liability. Okay. So I never kept friends who were in my same department. Initially in my career, yes, but later on I always focused on being popular with the management and not with the department guys, because it's a waste. They can never increase your salary. Yes, your boss can have a say, but the owner always has the upper hand. Point number 17 is always work with a sense of urgency. What do I mean by that is don't work like, oh, I'll do a good job, but work fast, finish it fast, and always ask for more responsibilities and finish it fast and quickly so that you can take on more. If you are competitive this way, you will grow. Point number 18 is, they say reverse engineering. No? If you see a finished product, you reverse engineer to figure out how that product was. In the same way, you need to reverse engineer your goals. You need to have, what is your goal? Do you want to be a CEO one day? If you want to be a CEO, what is the salary you're looking for? Are you looking for, let's say, per month, $100,000 or $50,000 or $20,000? Have that figure. And then ask yourself, okay, what age do I want to be there? 50? Okay. Then go backwards. Okay, 50, I want to be there. 45, what position should I be? What salary should I have? Okay, 45. 40, what position, what salary? Because remember, it's a step-by-step process. So you have to reverse engineer and figure out where you are. And then ask yourself, where am I right now? And then if I have to reach there, what is the game plan? Because end of the day, inflation is going to go up, purchasing power is going to come down, you're going to get redundant very soon. So you better have this future goal and this timeline set so you can hold yourself accountable. Because remember, if you have to run a marathon end of the year, that is after 12 months. So if you have to run, let's say, a marathon of 42 kilometers, by 6 months at least you have to run 21 kilometers. So 42 half is 6 months. That is 21. Then 3 months you have to run 10 kilometers. If you can't do step by step, you'll never be able to finish the goal. Then number 19 is a deep one. That is, understand why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you working for this guy? Why are you working for this company? Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your purpose? You really need to understand yourself. Otherwise, you live your life like a headless chicken. You are not aware where you're going, what you're doing, why you're doing it. And that's a very pointless way to live life. Okay? So understand your why. I would recommend watching Simon Sinek, Start with Why. It's a YouTube video, very powerful, very deep. It's highly recommended. And last, if not the least, this is the most important question which I tell people or remind people is, what if you lost your job right now? People generally say, oh, if I lost my job, I'll search for another job. No, that's bullshit. That's not the answer. Do you have contacts and connections who you can meet? Do you have people who are ready to offer you a job contract right away? And if you say yes, go and ask them. Go and ask them, are you ready to offer me a job? Because I'll tell you, many times, people assume that, oh, I have plenty of job offers. Oh, people are ready to offer. You'll be surprised to know that, when they say, no, shit hits the ceiling, everything comes crashing down. Most of the people, after they lose their job, they are in zombie land. They're like, oh, sheesh, man. Then friends vanish, everyone vanishes. Whom they thought were their well-wishers are not there. Nobody cares. It's like this, in your tough times, you will really come to know who your friends and not your friends. So that's why I tell people, if you lost your job right now, what the hell will you do, man? Which company? They will say, oh, I'll try. Which company? Give me the name of the person. Who's the name? Okay, if they say this is a person, call him and ask him, is he ready to offer you? It's a very difficult conversation, but when you literally ask them this, they kind of feel uncomfortable, but then they realize, oh, sheesh, there is a legit point. Because most of the people get in touch with me after they lose their job. And then when they are made to go through this, it's like, sheesh, man, these guys really don't care. And that's a very, very painful wake-up call. So anyway, these are the 20 points. I started with 19. These are the 20 points that I would highly recommend for anyone who are employees, especially in the Middle East. You let me know your thoughts. Which are the points among these? You agree, disagree? What do you think? Do you think they're applicable? And if so, did I miss out on anything? Comment down below. I'd love to read your comments. Having said that, if you have any topic ideas that you feel would give value to you, or you'd like to know my perspective, let me know in the comment section. This is me signing off. Take care.